Right, we made it, and I know for you guys it was pretty instantaneous, but for me, it took ages actually. And I was swiftly coming to the conclusion that my shot might be here. You should be able to see the pool over my left shoulder there. Down to my right here, we've got a load of lovely spring green trees. I really love spring colours. I discovered a new technique today, a technique that I want to share with you guys because I think it could be super useful in certain situations when you are out doing landscape photography, and I'm interested to know whether any of you guys have ever heard of it. It's called the 4-finger technique, and it's all to do with, oh hang on a second, this is not the place to start a story, is it? No. Let's start the story at the beginning, where a story should always start. So I'll see you back down at the bottom. Yeah, actually this feels like a more natural way to start the video. Hello there, I'm Dave, and this is Let's Click Photography, and today we're up in the always amazing Peak District National Park. We're on the Roaches. Well, currently actually we're at Roach End. I'm just checking out a variation to a shot that I've took loads of times in the past, and I'm looking to do a new one this year. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why I'm specifically looking to do one this year, is because I recently got a partnership contract with a calendar company, woo, and they are looking for very recent shots of the Peak District National Park, potentially to feature in their Peak District National Park calendars that will go on sale towards the end of this year, and they're looking to buy some shots off me. Just looking for a new take, a new angle of shooting Roach End Barn, which if you've watched this channel for any length of time at all, you'll know that I love to photograph, and I have done on more than one occasion. But I won't be taking any shots today of Roach End Barn because, well, if you look here, the tree that sits in the middle just over the barn, that one hasn't quite bloomed yet. I think it'll be in full bloom towards the end of May, and that is when I'm planning to come back and capture my 2022 version of this shot. But I quite like this angle. We got some lovely texture in this rock wall that's going down here. Obviously we've got our barn, but it's not a main subject. The view itself is a main subject. The one thing that I have realised through looking through all of the paraphernalia about these calendar shots is that they're more interested in the view than, I suppose, the artistry of the photographer. So it's got to be pretty wide, a good expanse, but have plenty of interest in there that can entertain somebody whilst it's on their wall for a month. I just think this angle might work really well once that tree's in bloomed, and once we got rid of these dirty black bin liners full of hay and grass that's over here that the farmer always seems to dump there a couple of times a month. I think I've got a shot earmarked for in about a month's time. I'm sure you'll join me for that one as well. So let us head onwards. And our destination today is, well, I mean, you've already seen me there, so you already know. Right, we made it, and I know for you guys it was pretty instantaneous, but for me it took ages actually. And yeah, we're here. So this at the back here, this is Doxy Pool. We're on top of the Roaches. You see, in fact, we're right on the edge of the Roaches. Bit of pub trivia for you here. The Roaches are so called because roach is French for rocks, and yeah, there's lots of rocks around here. Right, it's very bright. The sun is to my left here. It's on its descent towards the horizon. Before that happens, I need to find a composition. Now I've got an idea in mind. I've shot here before and I've tried a couple of things with this pool. I've never been happy with it at all. I've used the pool as foreground and the shot was all right. You know, it wasn't the worst in the world, but I wasn't happy with it. I've used the pool as mid-ground and that shot was all right, but I wasn't overly happy with it. So now I'm going to try using the pool as kind of background towards the edge of the shot and try and introduce some other parts. So the roaches are called the roaches because of the rocks. So I want to introduce some rocks into my shot. And I was swiftly coming to the conclusion that my shot might be here actually. So you should be able to see the pool over my left shoulder there. And down to my right here, we've got a load of lovely spring green trees. And I really love spring colours. Just all that newness, all that new life, all that greenery. The sun's still fairly low in the sky and goes down early enough to not be a massive hassle to come out for sunset. And talking about the sun setting, I discovered a new technique today, a technique that I want to share with you guys because I think it could be super useful in certain situations when you are out doing landscape photography. And I'm interested to know whether any of you guys have ever heard of it. It's called the 4-finger technique, and it is all about what time the sun will set. Now this could be super useful to figure out golden hour, to figure out when you're going to lose the light, when, like I don't right now, you don't have your phone. Now I do have my phone, it's in my bag, it's on charge, so I'm going to use this technique and see if it works. Now basically what you have to do for it is, when you've got the sun coming down, you hold your fingers, your hand, at arm's length, and you put the bottom of your bottom finger against the horizon. And then you count the number of fingers until you reach the sun. Now you might need 2 hands for this because 4 doesn't quite reach the sun for me. 5, I'm going to guess it would be 5. I can't tell while I'm holding you guys. I'm going to guess it's 5. Now for each finger, that counts for 15 minutes until the sun will go down beyond the horizon. Interesting, right? So by my calculation, I reckon I've got about an hour and a quarter. But I don't want that sun down by the horizon. I think I've probably got about half an hour before the sun gets to where I would like it to get, to start casting some really lovely shadows beyond these rocks in the background here, but still have enough light to hit the pool so there's a bit of reflective light coming off it so it can stand out in that background. Now I've got this spot here, and hopefully what I'm going to be able to do is get my shot facing that way with the pool over there in it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not much going on in the sky, but you can't have everything, can you? And once I've got a shot from here, I'm hoping that I'm just going to be able to swing around in that direction and take a shot with that sun just lighting up Hen Cloud, which is the furthest away kind of peak you can see over there, and the rest of the Roaches. So as you might be able to tell by the glow on my face here, the light is getting really, really nice. Beautiful, in fact. So I'm about to take the shot now. I've just done a test shot at f16, 1/25 of a second, ISO 100, and with that my histogram was looking beautiful. In fact, it was looking exactly like this. But once I reviewed the image and went in and looked at my RBG histogram, I noticed that the blues were actually just slightly popping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bracket the shot just one stop either side, which should just make sure that I've got all of the detail that I possibly need to make sure this image is well exposed. Right, as I'm fairly confident I've got that in the bag, I'm just going to spin the camera around. If you take a look beyond here, and it's really beautiful. It just feels like a proper spring shot. Beautiful light coming across. Just lighting up these trees underneath us here. Just absolutely fabulous. Hen Cloud in the back just over there. With the Roaches leading up to it. It's just, yeah, it's just a quintessential Roaches shot. And it's a little bit different from the way I've took shots of Hen Cloud in the past as well. So it's nice to do something a little bit different. So for this shot, I'm going to be predominantly the same settings. I'm going to shoot at f16. I shouldn't need to bracket this at all because we're not facing into that light that you can see there, so it's not blowing out anything at all in the sky over this side. I should be around 1/13 of a second ISO 100 f/16. I just got to line this up, which I'm not going to attempt to do one-handed, not with my recent record with lenses. And yeah, hopefully there's another cracker here as well. And just about see the sun in the background over there. And when I did the finger count before, I actually did get my phone out and set an alarm, if I'm not mistaken. My alarm, there we go. My alarm is going off, which proves the theory and the technique. You just count on your fingers, 15-minute finger. I've been Dave, and this has been Let's Click Photography, and I hope that information has changed your life forever. I'll see you guys on the next one pretty soon, but here's some photos from the day. Cheers, bye. Whew. It's a long way, and it's gonna be dark.